Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic,
I'm going to provide you the latest travel restrictions for all Filipinos and dual citizens going to Philippines. Based on the current rules in the Philippines, there are two classifications of Filipino passengers. First classification are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or the vaccination cannot be validated. The second classification of passengers are those fully vaccinated from COVID-19. First, let's discuss the travel rules for Filipinos who are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or the vaccination cannot be validated. For all Filipinos or dual citizens who are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or the vaccination cannot be validated, you must present a negative RT-PCR test or a negative antigen test. Also, you must quarantine for 5 days, and you will be tested on the 5th day of your arrival, and you must continue home quarantine until the 14th day of your arrival. Here are the latest COVID travel requirements. There is now a simplified registration for the One Health Pass. However, all family members, you must register individually, so make sure that you have a valid email address. All passengers must register within 72 hours prior to departure. It means prior to first flight if you have a connecting flight. Philippine passport validity for 6 months is not required. In addition, vaccination requirement is not required, but if you're unvaccinated, you must quarantine. Also, return ticket is not required for all Filipinos and dual citizens. For all Filipinos or dual citizens, no pre-departure negative test will be required for the following passengers: those who are 18 years and above, who are fully vaccinated and received at least one booster shot. Also, 12 to 17 years of age who are fully vaccinated, but no booster shot is required. For 11 years and below, regardless of vaccination status, accompanied by parent who is fully vaccinated and with booster shot. Also, there will be no pre-departure negative test for children below 3 years old. So that means all children 2 years old and below do not need a negative pre-departure test. So these are the only ones exempted from pre-departure test. Here are the travel rules for Filipinos who are fully vaccinated. For all Filipinos and dual citizens, you actually have two options. The first option is for those who are fully vaccinated. So let me provide all the requirements for those fully vaccinated Filipinos. First, you must register through the One Health Pass. Second, you must provide proof of vaccination. The third requirement is that you must also present a negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours or negative antigen test taken within 24 hours. Also, you only need to self-monitor until the 7th day of your arrival. The second option is for those fully vaccinated Filipinos who tested positive. First, you must register through the One Health Pass. Also, you must provide proof of vaccination. And if you are fully recovered with positive RT-PCR or positive antigen test, you must provide this positive test between 10 and 30 days prior to the date and time of departure. In addition, you must also provide a positive RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours or a positive antigen test taken within 24 hours prior to departure from the country of origin. In addition, you must also provide a medical certificate from a licensed physician stating that you have completed the isolation period, no longer infectious, and allowed free movement and travel, and you will only be self-monitoring for 7 days. Here is the latest quarantine requirements for those fully recovered Filipino nationals with positive RT-PCR test results. For those who are vaccinated, there is actually no facility-based quarantine. All you have to do is self-monitor for any sign or symptom for 7 days, with the first day being the date of arrival, and shall be required to report to the local government unit of destination upon the manifestation of symptoms, if any. For unvaccinated, you will be required to quarantine in a facility-based hotel until the release of a negative RT-PCR test taken on the 5th day, and you will be required to undergo home quarantine until the 14th day, with the date of arrival being the 1st. Who is considered fully vaccinated? You will be considered fully vaccinated more than or equal to 2 weeks after having received the second dose in a 2-dose series, or more than or equal to 2 weeks after having received a single-dose vaccine. Now, here are the vaccines allowed. Emergency Use Authorization List or Compassionate Special Permit issued by the Philippine FDA, or Emergency Use Listing of the World Health Organization. Let me discuss the immigration entry requirements. Filipinos have the right to travel. You needed to present your proof of Filipino citizenship, such as a Philippine passport. However, there are Filipinos whose passport has been lost, damaged, or expired. There is actually a relief or a remedy, so Filipinos without Philippine passport can travel to the Philippines by obtaining a travel document from Philippine Consulate abroad for emergency use. Please remember that this travel document is only allowed for applicants who cannot be issued a Philippine passport and have an emergency travel to the Philippines, such as due to medical or legal reasons or death in the family. This is only a one-time use travel document, and it's only good for 30 days from its issuance. So this is only a one-way ticket to the Philippines, and if you needed a Philippine passport, you must apply once you arrive in the Philippines. Another set of passengers are dual citizens. Dual citizens are Filipinos who have acquired a foreign citizenship and at the same time reacquired Filipino citizenship. You actually have two options. If you don't have your Philippine passport, you can present your dual citizenship documents. If you are fully vaccinated, at least one booster shot is enough to waive pre-departure testing to travel in the Philippines. For booster shot shall refer to doses administered to a vaccinated population that has completed a primary vaccination series when with time vaccine effectiveness has fallen below a rate deemed sufficient in that population as indicated in the EUA or Emergency Use Authorization issued by the FDA. Only one booster shot is required for you to be exempted from the pre-departure negative test. However, please confirm with your airline if the booster shot need to be taken 14 days before your travel date. However, booster shot should be effective immediately, but please confirm with your airline so you can be exempted. For Filipino citizens who are unable to comply with the conditions or requirements, you will be considered as unvaccinated and you will be subject to the entry, testing, and quarantine protocols for unvaccinated. In addition, you must also undergo facility-based quarantine until the release of your negative RT-PCR test on the 5th day, and you will also be required to home quarantine until the 14th day of your arrival. The local government unit will be tasked to monitor those arriving passengers undergoing home quarantine. Here are the latest COVID isolation rules in the Philippines for both vaccinated or fully vaccinated or partially vaccinated or unvaccinated. So there are two categories. First, quarantine if you are a close contact, 5 days for fully vaccinated and 14 days for partially vaccinated or unvaccinated. Please take note there will be strict observance of health protocols up to 14 days or monitoring up to 14 days. The rules are different if you are COVID positive and you must isolate. Here are the rules for fully vaccinated. First, you must undergo 7 days of isolation from onset of symptoms or positive test. If you are partially vaccinated or unvaccinated, it will be 10 days of isolation from onset of symptoms or positive test.
If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.